Sheryl Swoopes shifts focus from Caitlin Clark, takes aim at WNBA finalist Napheesa Collier's credentials. The Defensive Player of the Year is amping up her game in the postseason. Napheesa Collier has helped her team defeat the Connecticut Sun to grab a spot in the WNBA Finals versus the NY Liberty. A force to be reckoned with all season long, she was rightly the runner-up in MVP voting behind A'ja Wilson. But despite all of her achievements, Sheryl Swoopes has a question for the Minnesota Lynx star. The retired pro often offers valuable commentary about the WNBA and its players. But this year, she made headlines for criticizing Caitlin Clark. Now, it seems like it's Napheesa Collier's turn. On the latest episode of Queens of the Court, Swoopes discusses Collier's DPOY award and begins with a hesitant congratulations. Then she gets to the point, "Here's my question. No, because I have a question. And it's not to take anything away from Napheesa. I think she's been playing exceptionally well all season on both ends of the floor." Swoopes had also admitted that CC was deserving of the ROTY she won, just like she said words of praise for Collier. But she also asks, "My question is, when awards are selected, and again, I do not vote, I'm gonna keep saying that. When you're looking at individual awards, are you looking at what that player does individually, or how what that player does individually helps the team?" Swoopes asks. It was Collier's first DPOY after receiving 36 of 67 votes, and Swoopes looks at her individual stats to justify Minnesota being one of the best defensive teams in the league. Collier was second in the WNBA in steals, 1.91 per game, third in rebounds, 9.7 per game, and seventh in blocks, 1.41 per game. But what Swoopes has an issue with is how her league favorite A'ja Wilson's stats compare to Collier's. Some fans raise the issue of the Lynx forward's MVP voting as well, where she might have placed second overall but did not receive any first-place votes at all. Sheryl Swoopes continues, "I know A'ja was first in rebounding. Don't know where she was in blocks or steals. Because I know there's a big argument of A'ja should have been the Defensive Player of the Year as well as MVP. So that's a question I have." While it's not easily answerable, Collier has stated her intentions to beat Wilson in MVP voting next year. But amid all this talk of individual awards, Collier also admits that at the end of the day, she's doing it all for her team. When the deciding game between the Lynx and the Sun was over and Minnesota won 88-77, Collier ran over to former Lynx player Lindsay Whalen on the sidelines to give her a hug. As much as Collier had put in effort to win, it was all made possible by a team. The fact that we have worked so hard, and we genuinely just like each other so much, it just makes it all sweeter, the forward told ESPN. It makes you want to win for them too. It's not just like you want to get the accolade of winning a championship. You want to do it for your teammates as well. I think that makes the ride so much sweeter. We want to keep playing because we want to stay together. If the Lynx end up winning their 5th trophy, it might answer Sheryl Swoopes' question clearly. Despite whatever rules the voters had in mind when they chose Collier for DPOY, her brilliant individual performance has only ended up helping the team. Whether or not the Lynx can now bring back their dynasty era from the last decade, it's up to Napheesa Collier and co.